welcome to the NH Fitness Lifestyle channel video, and on this week, this is all about prepping for success update. Remember, check out the other videos because I'm now on video 4, but it's obviously week 3 of me tracking my macros and calories, which I'm going to be updating you on that, the meal plan, also a little bit about my workouts. There is a little short video of me demonstrating my staple breakfast, which is the overnight oats, which using the Biosynergy Whey Hay coconut shake, so look out for that. And I had my first coaching session with James Alexander-Ellis, that posing session, which is condensed from 1 hour to just a short 2 minutes, and so much more. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, give it a like, and leave any comments relevant to this video. Okay, let's go into the first stage. So we're now on week 3 of the measurements. Remember, the objective is to lose more of it and to keep my muscle at least, which was a unique situation last week, where I actually gain muscle and lose fat. And to be honest, with weight, it's obviously going to come down, but I want to keep my weight there as much as possible, providing I'm losing the fat and keeping the muscle. Let's go, let's check this week's.
Are covering the silver pads. Please release the handle.
So on this week, as you can see, I've lost weight, but I've also lost some muscle. As a result of that, the fat isn't as quick as losing the muscle, and also on the trunk, there's been no change. However, like I expressed last week, there was an engagement party I had. I'm not sure how much the alcohol would have affected that. However, I did get some clarity. I read an article from Heartline, and it described the effects of what alcohol does on your hormones, in particular your testosterone. And when you drink short term, the effects is with your testosterone up to 3 days, which is day 4 that you're back to normal state. That's why so many athletes don't touch alcohol. So it's an interesting read. I'll leave the link in the description, but now let's go on to the next part of the video. So it's Monday morning, and basically I've just had the poached eggs on multigrain toast, and I'm doing something a little bit different this week, because today I'm having my breakfast, lunch, and I'm doing dinner, which they prepared for me today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be just having their lunch. I'm going to do overnight oats in the morning, and then I'm going to have my evening meal with Sarah. So that's what they've agreed to do, which is fantastic. Honestly, this company's been brilliant for me. They're happy for me to mix and match, either having a breakfast or lunch, or having a lunch dinner prepared for this week. And that's the strategy. Again, they're going to prepare 2 of my meals Monday to Friday, and obviously on the weekend I'll do my own meals. So yeah, I'll show you this when I get back home, exactly what I've chosen today for the next 2 days. So my other 2 meals today is chicken mash and greens. Open it up. That's obviously sweet potato mash. I think that's kale underneath, and chicken. And then this one for the evening is beef brisket, greens and boiled potatoes. So that's for today, being Monday. And then for Tuesday, again, I've just got the lunch. Remember that, like I said, they're going to provide 2 meals a day, and I can mix and match between breakfast, lunch or dinner. But I'm just having a lunch tomorrow because I've used it for today, the other meal. Because tomorrow I'm going to have my overnight oats, which is in the fridge ready. And obviously after this, I've got an evening meal with Sarah. And then I'm going to go back on Wednesday to collect the next 3. So it's now Wednesday, and I went for a lunch dinner. As you can see, that is a sweet chili chicken. This is a teriyaki beef with greens and rice. This one is burrito beef, and then this one is a Cajun chicken, which I'm going to mix and match between the next 2 days, which will be Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm going to go back Friday, which this is the Friday one. So for lunch, I'm going to have salmon fillet, spinach with pasta, and for breakfast, I've got my favourite, which is mixed berries, Greek yoghurt and granola. So that's for Friday. I'm now going to show you how I make my overnight oats for breakfast. What I thought I'd show you is how I make overnight oats, which tends to be one of the breakfasts what I have most days at the moment. So let me start with a big shout out about the Biosynergy Whey Hay coconut shake. I tend to put 1 scoop in with my overnight oats, partly because it increases my protein level, but also I find it satisfies me longer. If I don't have that, oats, when it gets to about 1.5 to 2 hours, I'm hungry again. with the shake, I'm filled up 3 hours plus. So it's a real good thing to add with your overnight oats. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the thick organic oats. Now, I've measured this time and time again, but I measure around about 80 grams. So I'm going to put 8 grams in. Just about that. And then I'll put chia seeds in, the good fats in there. And you tend to find it swells up overnight when it's nice and cold. So it's a really good feature to have in with your oats, so a little bit of that. Again, it tends to be about 1/4 teaspoon with that one. Then I'll put the scoop of shake in. One scoop, in it goes. So what I'll do now is I tend to stir it all in first before I add the oat milk. So make sure it's all nice and consistent. So now that's all consistent, I'm now going to add the oat milk in. Again, you judge it what you want it, whether you want it a bit more runnier or a bit thicker. What I'll do is take your time when you're adding it. So add some first, then stir it in. So I'm going to add a little bit more oat milk in with that. Again, it's a personal preference. You might want to add other ones, coconut milk, almond milk, soya milk, whatever you prefer. I just like oat milk. I think it's a really nice, tasty flavour in with overnight oats. But obviously have a little experiment for yourself. See what you like, see what works. So now that's all consistently stirred in, I'm going to add a handful of blueberries in. Again, you just find the flavours soaking overnight. Really goes well with the coconut shake as well. Seal that up. And that's the overnight oats. That's going to go into the fridge and I'll get that out in the morning. So on this week's video, as you can see, in the studio again, but very unique this week because although I'm in here right now, I'm going to show you the front, side and back pose. I'm actually going to show you clips of the posing session I had in this particular room on Zoom with James Alexander-Ellis. But anyway, let me show you, this is what I look like from the front. As you can see, I think you could see it as much as me, but I certainly could see I'm cutting in a bit more around the ab region. Bear in mind last week I did feel a little bit bloated being it was the evening. That's the front. This is the side. And the back. Obviously I can't see myself in the back, but I can see how I'm coming in around the front, so I'm assuming it's all coming in around the back as well. So that's this week's progress. So in this part of the video, I'm just going to showcase really what the posing session was about. Obviously it's an hour long, so I've just taken little snippets just so you kind of get an insight of what we kind of do during the posing sessions. Here we go.
I was going to say in September when I won beach body out of 27 of them.
Yeah.
There was this contestant when I got into the finals. I forgot her name is, Miss something. She made a joke. She went, "Oh, you was that guy who just done 2 poses all the time and won the show."
Yes, nice. you already know the value of this minimal posing. It's always the way forward. So yeah, so let's work out how we can use these 3 poses.
I walked in, obviously the cross was here, and then I stood. I started off like that. If I'm standing here for a while, then I'll do a few more, but otherwise, if I walk forward, I'm walking forward.
To the front of the tee, yeah.
And it'd be the same again, out. And then from there, I'd go like that.
Yep.
And then from there, I'd go like that.
Yep, nice.
And then from there, it'd be a step, and then it'd be out, and then like that.
Cool.
And then I'd spin round, and then I'd walk this way.
Yeah, okay, cool. To the side of the stage.
Yeah, and then from here, I'll just do a side pose.
Yep.
And then I'll go on the other side.
Yep.
And then what I'd do is I'd go to the back and then spin round, and then I'll go to the back of the stage.
Yeah.
Because
And
at the time, it's probably the same now, but I'd say my back isn't the best feature, it'd be the front.
I'll be like, rah! And you'll be like, just cool, chilling out here. So I'd suggest your first pose can be the nice classic hand on the hip, as you just had. And then obviously what we're trying to do is make sure the hand is just below the oblique line, which would be right on the bony part of your hip. That obviously is by looking in the mirror and just making sure that you're not like this, because this looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be asymmetrical. So push this chest up, so you're looking over the top of your shoulder, and your right shoulder is dropped down slightly.
Yeah.
That's it, that's more like goes over the head. And you've got biceps showing, you've got a little bit of lat showing on this back arm in case your left arm. Okay, and this is an alternative way for you to do your first side part, and like gaze at the crowd with your eyes, and then let the hands just drop down over your chest. It's like a bit Chippendale then, because you're letting your hands touch your chest on the way down. So once the elbows start to drop, the hands then come down here and they touch your chest, and then they drop down to the floor. So see, that's a bit more erotic.
Yeah.
A bit more like a Chippendale.
Obviously that's not the whole hour, but I thought I'd show you little clips. But that's James Alexander-Ellis, great coach. You may want to check him out on Instagram. But for now, let's go on to the next part of the video. So I've just finished the last workout of the week. So I just thought I'd give you a brief outline of what I've been exactly doing. It was very similar last week, to be honest with you. I've done my 3 upper body workouts, and I continued that with Alex. And I've done my 2 to 3 lower body workout. 2 of them I did on my own at the same gym at Vision, and also I had 1 which I did with Sarah at the gym, and also I practiced my calisthenics, continuing that handstand. But I just want to go into a little bit about the actual repetitions, because it's really important. So when I'm depleting, as you can hear, I'm quite out of breath because I just finished my workout. But when I'm lifting, certainly at the beginning stages, I've got the strength, but I need to have that extra recovery at the end, and that's obviously due to the lack of calories. As it goes along, I feel like I need to drop the repetitions because I just haven't got the power there. But that's what's important. Keeping the weight as high as possible and dropping the repetitions. Because in the past I went for high reps and dropped the weight, and I believe in the past that's what's compromised my muscle in the body composition. So hopefully this time that continues to grow my muscle from doing it that way. Of course, it is hard to lose fat and to continue at least maintaining muscle. So if I can keep doing that, I'll be really happy. Remember, it's under 6 weeks now, so it's not far to go. So this brings us to the last part of the video, where I'm just going to do a comparison from last week. So I'm going to pop up on the screen the calories as an average and the macronutrients. As you can see, I've dropped it by another 100 calories. I'll work towards 2,400, but I have to say, when it got to the beginning of the week, around about Tuesday, as you can see, I said on there, refeed, I felt really low in energy. Didn't feel like doing the workout which I set out that day. I did do it, but that was after I had a bit of a refeed. So basically, that's all I had was an extra banana, and I had quark cheese yogurt, and I also had these cocoa and orange snack, and that solved everything. Because I thought I may have to just up my calories, but after I'd done that, I felt completely back to normal. In fact, that night I had a really good night's sleep. And on that Monday evening, it was a bad night's sleep. I felt really hungry. I don't know whether that was a knock-on effect from the alcohol, not quite sure. Because obviously on Saturday was quite a busy, long evening, and that can really impact on your sleep. But I feel so much better. I'm going to continue having 2,400 next week, being that it's been successful. What I probably will do next week is share with you my vision board, what I've fixed just for this actual period of doing the show. So I'll share that next week so you can see that I've laid all that out. But yeah, it's been a successful week. The lunches and dinners, when I've mixed and matched them, has worked really well. Snacks have been more leaner. I've actually went more towards like just buying a pack of chicken from Lidl's. If I come out the gym and I fancy a snack, that's kind of replaced more of the protein shakes. But of course, I'm still using the Biosynergy shakes if I really need to, straight after workouts. But that's what I'm going to be doing now, is switching more towards more leaner than what it already is, getting it cleaner, upping that protein up. As you would see on there, I've got it to 32%. I would like to shift that more towards 35, slowly getting there. But the main thing is I'm feeling really good on this, and it's quite a varied diet, which is absolutely brilliant. Workouts are hitting on point, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next week. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell button, give it a like, and leave any comments whatsoever relevant to this video or any content I put out. Remember, it'll be out next Wednesday. Thank you very much. See you soon.